Hello everyone. My name is Ansal Bashir. I am a faculty at College of Engineering, Cherthala. I will be teaching you digital signal processing. The subject code of digital signal processing is EE407. First, let us see the syllabus of our subject. You know, there are totally 6 modules in the digital signal processing. I will brief you each modules. The first module deals with the introduction to signals and systems, and the second module deals with the introduction to finite impulse response and infinite impulse response systems. The third module deals with the design of digital filters, and the fourth module deals with the finite impulse response filter design, that is FIR filter design. Fifth module deals with the finite word length effects in digital filters, and the last module deals with a family of digital signal processor named TMS320. You know, combining 5 and 6 modules, its weightage is 40%. Now let us see the overview of first module. What we are going to study in the first module. I have already said that first module deals with the introduction to signals and systems. There are mainly 2 topics discussed in the first module. First topic is the discrete Fourier transform, DFT, and the fast Fourier transform, FFT. These 2 topics are discussing in the first module. Now let us see what all are topics coming under the section discrete Fourier transform, DFT. The topics covered under the section DFT are frequency domain sampling, discrete Fourier transform pair, properties of discrete Fourier transform, frequency response analysis of signals using discrete Fourier transform, circular convolution using discrete Fourier transform, linear filtering based on discrete Fourier transform. These all topics comes under the section discrete Fourier transform. In the fast Fourier transform section, we will deal with the radix 2 decimation in time FFT algorithm and radix 2 decimation in frequency algorithm. Now let us start with the first module in detail. The first topic we are discussing in the first module is discrete time Fourier transform. Discrete Fourier transform. We have already studied about discrete time Fourier transform in signals and systems that we have studied in semester 5. We have studied that if x of n be a discrete time signal, then its discrete time Fourier transform is represented by x of omega. Also, we have studied the formula to obtain the discrete time Fourier transform. It is given as x of omega is equal to sigma summation n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. This is the equation to obtain discrete time Fourier transform x of omega from the discrete time signal x of n. Now let us see what is the difference between discrete time Fourier transform and discrete Fourier transform. When we studied about the discrete time Fourier transform, we have mentioned that x of omega is continuous and periodic. That is, even if x of n is a discrete time signal, its discrete time Fourier transform x of omega is continuous and it is also periodic. But in some digital signal processing applications like linear filtering, speech processing, image processing, etc., we need to find the Fourier transform which is a discrete function. That is, we need x of omega to be periodic and also it should be in discrete. But the discrete time Fourier transform x of omega is not discrete, it is continuous. That we have studied already in signals and system. So here comes the discrete Fourier transform. ഇവിടെയാണ് DFTയുടെ പ്രസക്തി വരുന്നത്. DFT എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ടൈം Fourier ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമിൻ്റെ ഒരു സാമ്പിൾഡ് വേർഷനാണ്. യു നോ, സാമ്പിളിംഗ് ഈസ് ദി പ്രോസസ് ഓഫ് കൺവേർഷൻ ഓഫ് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ടൈം സിഗ്നൽ ഇൻറ്റു ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ടൈം സിഗ്നൽ. ചില DSP ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസിൽ നമ്മുടെ Fourier ട്രാൻസ്ഫോം ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ആകേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് എക്സ് ഓഫ് ഒമേഗ cannot be used here. So we are sampling the discrete time Fourier transform x of omega to get the discrete Fourier transform which is represented by x of k. So the difference between DTFT and DFT can be said that DFT is the sampled version of discrete time Fourier transform. Hope it is clear. Let us go to the details. Now we have said that discrete Fourier transform is the sampled version of discrete time Fourier transform. Now let us see how to convert a discrete time Fourier transform of a signal to the corresponding discrete Fourier transform. We have already mentioned that discrete time Fourier transform x of omega is continuous and periodic. We need x of omega to be discrete and also periodic. That is, we are converting it into discrete Fourier transform. For converting the discrete time Fourier transform to discrete Fourier transform, first x of omega is sampled to n number of samples. in the region omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi to get x of k. That means x of ഒമേഗയെ ഒമേഗയുടെ വാല്യൂ 0 മുതൽ 2 പൈ വരെയുള്ള റീജിയണിൽ നമ്മൾ സാമ്പിളിംഗ് നടത്തുകയാണ് ടു ഗെറ്റ് ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ഫോറിയർ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോം എക്സ് ഓഫ് കെ. We are taking n number of samples in the region 0 to 2 pi. That is, n equally spaced frequency samples of discrete time Fourier transform are known as discrete Fourier transform. That is, we can write discrete Fourier transform x of k is equal to x of omega at omega is equal to 2 pi by n k, where value of k varies from 0 to n minus 1. Let us explain the conversion of DTFT to DFT with an example to understand properly. Take an example. Let x of n be a discrete signal and x of n is equal to a raised to n u of n, which is an exponential discrete exponential sequence, that is a raised to n u of n. It is also causal because it is multiplied with unit step sequence. So here a discrete time signal is given. X of n is equal to a raised to n u of n, where the value of a varies from 0 to 1. Now first we will find the discrete time Fourier transform x of omega. Before that, you can see the a raised to n u of n signal at the top right. To find the x of omega, we are using the equation sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. Putting the signal value in the said equation, we will get x of omega is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity a raised to n e raised to minus j omega n. Here the limit becomes n is equal to 0 to infinity because the signal a raised to n is multiplied with u of n. Actually, the u of n has magnitude only from 0 to infinity. That is why our summation limit becomes n is equal to 0 to infinity, and the signal is a raised to n e raised to minus j omega n. This is the equation for discrete time Fourier transform x of omega. After summation, if we find the magnitude of x of omega, we will get it as 1 by root of 1 minus 2a cos omega plus a square. If we plot the magnitude of x of omega, we will get it as shown in the figure A. From the figure, we can see that it is a continuous time. It is continuous. Even if you can see the x of n, waveform of x of n at the top, we can see that x of n is a discrete signal. Even though x of n is discrete signal, the magnitude of x of omega that we have plotted is continuous, and it is also periodic. We can see that the period of x of omega is 2 pi. Now that is, we have obtained the discrete time Fourier transform of the signal x of n. Now let us see how we will get the discrete Fourier transform x of k from this x of omega. We have already mentioned that x of k is obtained by sampling x of omega in the region omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi. That is, we are sampling the x of omega into n samples in the region 0 to 2 pi. The sampled version of x of omega is shown in figure B. If we sample x of omega into n samples from the region omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi, we can see that each sample occurs at omega is equal to 2 pi by n k, where k varies from 0 to n minus 1. കുറച്ചുകൂടി സിംപ്ലിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 0 to 2 pi വരെയുള്ള റീജിയണിൽ എക്സ് ഓഫ് ഒമേഗ നമ്മൾ സാമ്പിൾ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഓരോ സാമ്പിളും ഒക്കർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒമേഗ ഈക്വൽ ടു 2 pi by n k എന്ന ഫ്രീക്വൻസിയിലായിരിക്കും, വേർ k വാല്യൂ വേരീസ് ഫ്രം 0 to n minus 1. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് സാമ്പിൾ ഈസ് അറ്റ് ഒമേഗ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു 0, that is k is equal to 0, and the second sample is at omega is equal to 2 pi by n, that is k is equal to 1, and the third sample is at omega is equal to 2 pi by n into 2, that is equal to 4 pi by n, that is k is equal to 2, and so on. Like that we will get n samples by putting the value of k from 0 to n minus 1. After sampling, we will get the waveform that is shown in the figure B. In this way, by sampling x of omega in the region omega is equal to 0 to 2 pi to n samples, we will get the discrete Fourier transform of x of n, that is x of k. So we will get the equation for discrete Fourier transform x of k by putting the value of omega is equal to 2 pi by n k in the equation of x of omega. x of ഒമേഗയുടെ നേരത്തെ നമ്മൾ കണ്ട ഇക്വേഷനിൽ ഒമേഗയ്ക്ക് പകരം 2 pi by n k സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ഫൊറിയർ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമിൻ്റെ ഇക്വേഷനായ എക്സ് ഓഫ് കെ ലഭിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് പുട്ടിംഗ് ഒമേഗ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു 2 pi by n k ആൻഡ് പുട്ടിംഗ് ദ ലിമിറ്റ് ആസ് n ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു 0 to n minus 1, because here we are taking n samples. We will get the equation for discrete Fourier transform of x of n, that is represented by x of k is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e raised to minus j 2 pi by n kn, where k varies from 0 to n minus 1. Hope it is clear. Now let us see the DFT pair. In the last session, we have found that discrete Fourier transform of x of n represented by x of k is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n e raised to minus j 2 pi by n kn, where k varies from 0 to n minus 1. Similarly, we can find out the inverse discrete Fourier transform, that is by taking the inverse of x of k, we will get the original discrete signal x of n by the equation x of n is equal to 1 by n sigma k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of k e raised to j 2 pi by n kn, where n varies from 0 to n minus 1. So these two equations can be used to find out the discrete Fourier transform and inverse discrete Fourier transform. Now let us define a term Wn is equal to e raised to minus j 2 pi by n. ഈ ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ഫോറിയർ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമിലും ഇൻവേഴ്സ് ഡിസ്ക്രീറ്റ് ഫോറിയർ ട്രാൻസ്ഫോമിലും കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് വരുന്ന ഒരു ടേമാണ് ഇ റൈസ് ടു മൈനസ് ജെ 2 പൈ ബൈ എൻ. ഈ ഇ റൈസ് ടു മൈനസ് ജെ 2 പൈ ബൈ എന്നിനെ നമ്മൾ ഡബ്ല്യു എൻ എന്ന് വിളിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വി ക്യാൻ സേ ദാറ്റ് ദിസ് ടേം ഈസ് കോൾഡ് ട്വിഡിൽ ഫാക്ടർ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഡബ്ല്യു എൻ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു ഇ റൈസ് ടു മൈനസ് ജെ 2 പൈ ബൈ എൻ ഈസ് കോൾഡ് ദി ട്വിഡിൽ ഫാക്ടർ. If we replace the term e raised to minus j 2 pi by n from both the equations of DFT and IDFT with the Twiddle factor Wn, we will get the equation for DFT x of k as x of k is equal to sigma n is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n Wn raised to kn, where k varies from 0 to n minus 1, and the discrete signal x of n can be written as x of n is equal to 1 by n sigma k is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of k Wn raised to minus kn, where the value of n varies from 0 to n minus 1. These two terms x of k and x of n are called the discrete Fourier transform pair or DFT pair. That is, we can see that x of k is equal to discrete Fourier transform of x of n, and x of n is equal to inverse discrete Fourier transform of x of k. So these are the DFT pairs. Further topics will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.